everybody, it's Chris. How are you? It's Wednesday. I'm so excited to be back here with you guys tonight for day 3. Let me just turn off my little do not disturb for the next hour so that we don't have these noises popping in. So excited, guys. You have been on fire with your comments. I am so darn excited to see how many of you are doing several things. Number one, you're showing up here, you're showing up live, you're making comments, you're actually reaching out to me in Messenger and asking me some really amazing questions, and I love it. So, before we get started today, let me know you're here. I can see a couple of you here. Got that little eyeball thing and a number there. So type in #live and let me know where you are listening from. I'm here in North Carolina. For those of you that don't know, it's very rainy here today. It's actually been rainy for the past couple days, but we actually need the rain. So I'm pretty excited about the rain. We are diving into some really, really juicy material. So, gosh, so much juicy material. Like, just know that over the course of the past several days, hey, Jennifer, happy fall from PA. Yes, 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 happy fall. Love the fall. Fall is my favorite time of year, my all-time favorite. So look, what I want to share with you is that the Soulful Abundance System, the 6 steps that we're going to be covering over the course of 5 days, is actually a system that I teach my clients inside of Activate Abundance over the course of 6 months. So if right now it feels like you're getting a lot of amazing information, you absolutely are. And I know that sometimes it might feel like a lot too. And so let me just assure you that everything that I'm teaching you is absolutely doable. And I'm going to talk about that later on today as well, on how you can absolutely make this simple. It doesn't have to be hard. And yet, I saw a couple comments yesterday. And so I just want to kind of, speak to this. I know that as you're listening to somebody who has done the thing and has the successful business, that it can almost feel like, well, it worked for her, it's not going to work for me. Or it could feel like you're here and I'm way over here and it would take way too much work to get there. And that's just a thought. That's just not true. It doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to take you out of the game. It doesn't mean that you have to go back to a 9-to-5 job. Like, all of that are just thoughts. All of them are just thoughts. Hey, Holly, Heidi, Allison, Valerie, yay, from Houston, Texas. Beautiful. So glad you guys are here. And here's the thing. It feels hard right now because you're trying to do it on your own. It feels hard right now because you're trying to do it on your own. And it almost feels like, I don't know about you, but for me, it felt like I was really kind of like duct taping and popsicle sticking things together. Like, I was trying something and then I was trying something else and I was listening to another coach over here and I was downloading free information here and I was trying to pull it all together to make sense. And it felt really, really wonky and it felt really, really hard and it felt like I was never going to be where I wanted to be. So let me just say, if you're feeling like that right now, it's okay. And I've still got you. And just know that you absolutely get to have support to help you implement the pieces so that you have a simple system and you know what steps to take and in the right order that are going to help you get from A to B. And look, the ride is not going to look linear. I know that sometimes it looks on the outside that it just is like this line that goes straight up and somebody's just made like, 6 figures overnight. The truth is that the journey of an entrepreneur is never linear, number one. It's never straight up, number two. And so if you're feeling that it has to be that way, I just want to affirm for you that it's going to look kind of wonky. You're going to increase, you're going to learn, and then you're going to plateau for a little bit. You might even take a couple steps down. But then you'll rise again, you'll have another breakthrough, you'll plateau again, you might even drop again, and then you'll go up again. But you will never, ever be where you started. Even though it might feel like you're not there yet, it never feels like you're there yet. It never is going to feel like you're absolutely there if you are waiting for the there to make you feel successful. So let me say that again. If you're waiting for the 10K months, the 6-figure years to make you feel successful, you will never arrive there even when you hit 6 figures. Because what will end up happening is that you will still be chasing a moving finish line. You'll still be chasing a moving finish line. And so you get to claim abundance, joy, wealth, freedom right now. You get to feel confident and empowered now. You don't need to wait until you hit 10K months. You don't need to wait until you hit 6 figures. You can absolutely build a thriving wellness business. You can absolutely have consistent income coming in, but you have to claim it now first and not wait for the evidence, right? Our brain looks for the evidence. Okay, once I have the thing, then I'll feel. That's just a really backwards way to look at it. So we're going to dive in today. We're going to talk about the nurture method. And I'm really glad, those of you that are here, I'm really glad that you're here live because I've got a special gift for you. Those of you that are here live, definitely tap in and let me know in the comments. Again, #live in the comments here because I've got a gift. I typically reserve this only for my paying clients. This is a handout from my Activate Abundance program, and it's 30 ways, not just 15, but it's 30 ways to organically attract your ideal client. And because you're here live, I'm going to be giving that to you today. So super duper excited about that. All right, we're going to talk about the nurture method. And for those of you that have the workbook, it looks like this. And this is important. And I know that this is a Venn diagram, and you may have seen something like that before. But the nurture method is a method that I teach. And it is something that I learned as I went, and I created it as I went. And it's a very different method than any of the business books out there are going to teach you. Typically, the business books are going to be like, do the thing, get the strategy, get the client, sell the client, overcome the objections, learn the next sales tactic. And the nurture method, so that you can have a simple, repeatable marketing system, is very, very different. But I want to explain the Venn diagram because it's really important that you get this piece. The Venn diagram that you're looking at is a circle with attract, circle with nurture, and circle with invite. And right in the middle of attract, nurture, and invite is where you're going to find your paying clients. And I want to share what it is that I see out there. What I see happening out there in the coaching world, and what I learned right from the very beginning, were actually just two circles. It was attract and invite. That's the old school method of booking a discovery session and trying to sell somebody into your 90-day program. So you might be attracting them, but what's happening is that you are prematurely inviting them to work with you before you even know if they're pre-qualified to be a client that's ready to work for you. And so it feels salesy, it feels wonky, there hasn't been any nurturing there, and you get a lot of no's, or you feel like you didn't say the right thing, or you didn't know how to overcome objections, or people are ghosting you. And so that is a very old school way. It's something that was developed truly about 10 to 15 years ago on building a coaching practice, and people want more. They don't just want to be invited right away as soon as they are in your world. So just having the attract and the invite piece is not enough. Just having the attract and the nurture piece is not enough either, because you can attract people, you can nurture them and build relationships with them, which is amazing. I'm going to teach you how to do that too. But if you never invite them to work with you, you're not making any sales. And without sales, you don't have a business. You have a very expensive hobby. So just having the attract and the nurture circle is not going to work. And then just having the nurture and the invite circle also doesn't work either, because what ends up happening, Valerie's like, I'm the queen of no. What ends up happening is that you might be nurturing people and then you're inviting them to work with you, but you are still not attracting the right client. So you are probably nurturing clients that are not actually your ideal clients. You might be nurturing the clients that and trying to convince or persuade clients that are really not the best fit for you. And so you're in front of an audience that's not a good fit for you. So we need to have a combination of all three. We want to attract the right client. And I call these your ready yes clients, because those ready yes clients are the ones that are looking for you. They're looking for a solution. They just haven't found it yet. They know they have a problem and they know that they need a solution to the problem and they're looking for the solution, and you get to help them self-identify and you get to attract them to you instead of having to chase a client. So we're going to talk about that piece today. Kim's like, oh, I'm definitely nurturing folks that are not ideal clients. Yeah, you guys have had an experience of this, right? You know what it feels like. So today we're going to dive into how do you attract your ready-ass clients? How do you attract the right clients? Not the tire kickers, not the looky-loos, not the people that are just out to download the freebies and never take action. This is really important. We want to attract the right clients to us. And the reason why we started at the very beginning of understanding who it was that you were serving and who your ideal client is because until you know that, you don't know how to attract your ideal client. You don't know how to attract your ideal client, right? So if you're getting a lot of no's, if you're having a hard time with having paying clients coming into your one-on-one offers or your group programs, chances are very, very high that you don't have all three of these circles. You either have the attract and the invite circle, which means you're making premature marriage proposals and there's no way to pre-qualify them. You are either attracting and nurturing them and you're really good at that, but you're not making those invitations, or you're nurturing the wrong audience and you're inviting the wrong audience to work with you, and so you're hearing a lot of no's there. So I want to kind of help you understand how we bring all of those pieces together in a way that allows you to attract your ideal client, nurture your ready-ass client, and invite them to work with you so you have both a marketing system that feels really good and aligned for you, that allows you to just share and teach in front of your client that wants to hear from you, and invite them naturally, giving them a next step so that they can take the next step with you. And you know that the people that you're inviting are actually already pre-qualified. So it's not like you're playing guessing games as to whether or not these people are even interested in working with you. If that sounds good, type yes in the comments. If that sounds good, type yes in the comments. Kim says, I'm jumping in a little late, was chatting with Nicole. Yay! Oh, Kim, I'm so glad you were chatting with Nicole. Nicole is one of my mastermind buddies. So excited. Okay, so let's dive in. Kim says yes. Valerie says yes. Awesome, awesome. All right, so here's what we're going to talk about. First of all, grab your worksheet. And this is 15 ways to build your community. And here's what you want to do. We want to build a community on Facebook. Why Facebook? I get this question all the time. Why Facebook? Because Facebook is the best at cultivating community. Facebook is the best at promoting groups. You're probably also seeing, I don't know about you, but just last night I saw a commercial on TV for Facebook groups. And Facebook really wants to have this social interaction. And when you have a Facebook group, it's very, very different than your business page. When you have a Facebook group, what you are able to do is to bring people together that are people that you can serve. You're bringing people together that are interested in hearing what it is that you have to share. They are looking for a solution, and you are providing a solution, and you are cultivating community, you're nurturing relationships, and you are guiding people along the client pathway that take them from a stranger along the steps to becoming a paying client. And I want to share what that looks like. Allison says yes. Awesome. When somebody first is out there in your world, they're a stranger, right? You didn't know me, but you heard or you found out about me some way, and you became a viewer. From a viewer, you then were invited into either my Facebook group for maybe a freebie or a handout or a previous masterclass or a previous workshop or a previous community that we may have met, right? So then you've come into my Facebook community. And because you're here, one of the things that I know is that you're interested in building a thriving wellness business. You wouldn't be here listening to me today if you weren't. right? I wouldn't be talking to you about this. You wouldn't be here listening and learning on how you can create a six-figure practice in a way that feels really, really good and aligned. So moving from stranger to viewer to potential client where you get to serve, where you get to nurture, where you get to develop know, like, and trust with your people, where you get to help people create epiphanies and breakthroughs. So, so important. Everybody wants to have an experience and everybody wants to feel a part of something larger than they are. And Facebook groups allow you to do that in one of the best ways possible by allowing people to see you, allowing people to hear you, allowing people to learn from you, allowing you to share information with them, allowing engagement so that people feel like they're a part of something bigger. And I know that that's one of the things that I love. I love being a part of community. And most of us that are building and growing businesses are doing it on our own. And so community is really, really important. We're not meant to do this work alone. So you then go from potential client into somebody who is listening, who already has an experience of you, somebody who has shown up to maybe a workshop, somebody who has downloaded a freebie, somebody who is commenting in your Facebook group, somebody who has an experience of who you are, an experience of know, like, trust with you. Now they move into the next place, which is a potential lead. And I hate using potential lead because a lead just sounds, hey, Liz, because a lead kind of sounds like, oh, they're not really a person, they're just a lead. But that's the marketing term, is when somebody is interested in what it is and how it is that you can help them. So they go from somebody being in your world and really loving and participating and liking and loving what you're doing and sharing and engaging, just like you all are here, into being really excited about learning more about joining you in one of your programs or your offers. And then once you share that with them, then they become your paying client. So the old way of doing things, which I shared earlier, which was just the attract and the invite piece, where you're taking a stranger and trying to take a stranger or somebody who's a viewer right into a paying client, misses all these pieces. They miss the nurture piece. They miss the know, like, trust piece. They miss the relationship building, the developing, the cultivating a community. And here's the thing, people in your community are going to be at very different stages along that client pathway. Some of them are just going to be coming here with you. Some are actually going to be following you for a while. I know I followed my coach for about a year before I hired her. I've got lots of people that say, Chris, you know what? I've been following you for years, and now I'm really excited to join you inside the Activate Abundance program. Awesome. But what you get to do inside your Facebook group is so incredibly powerful, because not only are you serving and nurturing, you're giving people a place where they feel like they belong. And that's so important. We all want a place where we get to feel like we belong. So you're doing that inside of your Facebook community, and you're giving people value, and you're teaching them, and you're sharing, and then you just get to naturally invite them to take the next step with you, to implement the pieces. Because here's what we know is true. Information does not equal transformation. Write that down. Information does not equal transformation. Just because you have information doesn't mean that you know how to implement the information. Doesn't even mean that you are implementing the information, right? How many of you have downloaded freebies or have even purchased a course? By the way, I have to raise my hand with this one. I've purchased a course. I remember I spent about $2,000 on the course. This was 2 years ago, and I haven't even finished it yet. It's sitting on my desktop, right? We all need support. We all need community, but we also need accountability. And we need somebody to guide us to take the right steps in the right order so that we can have what it is that we desire. You know that's true as coaches. And yet, what I see a lot of is coaches still trying to piece things together on their own. And so I'm going to share with you a way that you and I can continue to work together later on. First, I want to go through these 15 ways to build your community, but I'm going to share a way that you can continue to work with me so that I can have my eyes, my ears, my heart on your business and help you grow a thriving wellness business in a way that feels really good and aligned. So that we've got all of these pieces together, the attract, the nurture, and the invite, so that you are able to show up, you're able to serve, cultivate community, feel really amazing, be in the abundance place instead of the scarcity of trying to find or grab or get clients, and naturally have a way that you can invite people with a sales process that feels, again, really good and aligned. Yeah. Liz says, all about nurturing. Thank you for teaching us this. Yes, nurturing is critical. It is critical. It's the reason why we decide to work with people, right? We feel a connection to them. I know I feel a connection to my coaches. I have a financial coach. I have a mindset coach. She's right here today. I have a strategy coach. Super duper important. And they each provide me with different things, and they take me further than I can go on my own, and they actually help me get there quicker. They collapse the timeline for me. They collapse the timeline for me. So important. So if you want to go quicker, faster, allow yourself to be supported. All right, let's dive in. 15 ways to attract your ready ass client. And again, if you want the 30 ways, and again, I gave this offer to some of you and you might not have been here yet. Those of you that are here live, let me know if you want the 30 ways to organically grow and fill a Facebook community, and I will share that with you. So just type in the comments, let's see, 30 ways. Type in the comments 30 ways, and I will make sure that you get that freebie. Typically, it's reserved just for my paying clients, but because you're here live and you're joining me, I want to give you some incredible value. Hey, Rachel. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. All right, let's start. So, what are some ways that we can attract and build and cultivate community inside of a Facebook group? So, one of the things that I want to share, and I know that I said about Facebook groups, Kim says, I would love the 30 ways. Awesome, Kim. I'll make sure that you get that. We want to be on one platform first. One platform first. We don't need to be on Facebook and TikTok and Pinterest and LinkedIn and Instagram and whatever the next, I think there's Clubhouse too, right? What we end up doing is we bifurcate our energy there. So I really want to share these first 6 ways to cultivate community are going to be about using the entire platform of Facebook. So you have your personal page on Facebook. And if you go to your personal page, there's some really cool things that you may not know. There's some ninja tips there. Number 1 is you've got your banner. And so you can share a little bit about what you do in your banner. You also have on your personal page a place that you can explain who it is that you serve. Who it is that you serve. Absolutely, Morella, absolutely. Happy to share that with you. So you want to have a banner that represents who you are and have an introduction in there, a little description about who you serve. What are you helping people with? It's more than I'm just a health coach. It's you help people with something specific. The other piece that I actually just shared with a lot of my clients is the featured photos section. So you can use the featured photos section. So already we've got your Facebook banner. This is just on your personal page. We've got the introduction. So that introduction, that little description is going to attract your ideal clients because you're going to tell them, I help these women with this thing, right? Or I help these men with this thing, or I help this group with this thing. I'm helping them get results. You're talking about results. So your banner, you've got your introduction, that's number 2. You've got featured photos, which is number 3. And that's really, really fun. You have a total of 9 photos that you can create that are featured photos. If you go to my personal Facebook page after we finish the live, you'll see that I have one photo, which is a photo that guides people to my Facebook group here, the Abundant Empowered Feminine Leaders. I have another photo that is just of me and my husband, just sharing who I am. I have another photo of the daily alignment practice. And so if people want to learn a little bit more about the daily alignment practice, there's a photo there. And then there is another photo about creating 1 to 5K within 30 days. And that is a special offer, a paid offer that I have for people that want to learn how do they create cash quickly. It's called a cash infusion bundle. So I use the featured photos to like little billboards, right? We know we've got billboards on the highway. Those little feature photos are ways that you can attract your ideal client because they're going to look at those and they're going to see those. So those are 3 different ways that you can use your personal page. And then of course you're going to post on your personal page. So that's 4 ways just on your personal page. And that's not about doing business. That's about being visible. Being visible. I know Facebook doesn't want you to use your personal page to sell things, but Facebook does want you to use your personal page to promote a Facebook group. And they do want you to use your personal page to create engagement and interaction. And that's really, really important. That's what Facebook is about. That's how they make their money, is with more people are engaging. So We've got those 4 ways. You can make a Facebook post. For example, one of my current Facebook posts, I'm just going to give you an idea here, was who are my health coaches, life coaches, who are my holistic practitioners who want my 103 Facebook posts for high engagement. And that was just on a little bright background, and it was just a text, and it was, hey, who wants this? Hey, Giselle, no worries, glad you're here. And what that did was it allowed people who were health coaches and holistic practitioners in my world to self-identify. And so those that raised their hand and said, me, awesome, that allowed me to see and to pre-qualify who in my world are my ready as client. Who in my world am I ready as client, right? So it wasn't about me going out and trying to get anybody. It was actually about attracting people to me that were interested in a way that I could serve them, in a way that was valuable, relevant, and congruent. And you might refer to that as like an opt-in, right? Even though I just sent the PDF to them, it was a way to give value and a way to nurture. So we've got 5 different ways to use just your Facebook group. Now, your Facebook personal page. Now you've got your Facebook group. So how can you use once people are coming into your Facebook group, now you have a way to also share some really incredible, valuable information inside your Facebook group. So for example, doing this workshop right now allowed me to attract people into my Facebook group. When I was promoting on my personal page, when I was promoting in my Facebook group, when I was promoting on my stories, forgot about stories. You can promote in your stories. That's number 6 on your personal page, to say, hey, who's interested in learning how to grow a thriving wellness practice without having to feel salesy, without having to book discovery sessions. And so that allowed me then to attract people into my Facebook group where I could deliver this free, valuable information. Look, I could easily share this information and charge for this information. Easily, $1,000. I could put it out there. I could have videos with it. I could create a course around it. I could sell it, but I don't. And I don't do that for a reason, because I want you to have an experience of know, like, trust with me. I want you to learn what it is that I'm teaching, and I want you to see that if this resonates with you, I want you to have that experience and know that you're my people and I'm your people, and I get to cultivate community that way, right? So your Facebook group, another way that you can serve and nurture and attract in your Facebook group is with a Facebook Live. So not just a workshop series, or what I like to call, these are nurture events. And there's a lot of different types of nurture events that you can do. What I'm doing right now is a workshop series. You can also do master classes, challenges. I'm going to talk more about those tomorrow, so be sure to come back, because we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of all the nurture pieces there. But you can absolutely share, hey, who wants to join me live inside my Facebook group and learn my top 10 ways to get amazing sleep and wake up well rested? Something like that. So you can use your Facebook group as an invitation to help people self-identify in your world, and then you can bring them inside your Facebook group and teach them amazing information. You can also use other groups. So for example, any other groups that you are in that serves your ideal client in a different way. So I'm not talking about going into, for example, if you're a weight loss coach, I'm not talking about going into somebody else's group that is also a weight loss coach and trying to poach clients. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is know where your ideal client is hanging out on Facebook, right? And is there another practitioner that serves her in just a different way? For example, a lot of my clients are also served in mindset. And so I know that there's communities there. Well, I get to show up and I get to participate, and they're wanting to learn about mindset too. There are also a lot of my clients and a lot of health coaches and wellness coaches and holistic practitioners that I can serve that are also being served by one of my good friends, Laura, who is a copywriter. And we serve the same client in very different ways. And we teach different things. So we're able to serve the exact same client just in a little bit of a different, well, in a lot of a different way. Like, she is a copywriter. I'm not a copywriter. I actually get to teach the foundations of nurturing, attracting, and inviting, right? So take a look at, where is your ideal client hanging out? Where else, for example, would holistic health coaches and practitioners hang out? Maybe in a group that they went to school with, right? Where they are still there and they're participating in the community. Maybe they want to learn more about, for example, email marketing. ConvertKit, which is the email system that I use to keep in touch with my people, my community, has a lot of different coaches and practitioners on their page. And so that is another way for me to just be visible and to share and to create connections, right? So you've got your Facebook group. So you've got your personal page, you've got your stories, you've got your introduction on your personal page, you've got your Facebook Lives, you've got your Facebook group, you've got challenges or nurture events. Oh my goodness, there are so many different ways that you can use Facebook, and you want to use all of them first before you start adding on all of these other different platforms, right? Before you start feeling like, oh, and I have to be inside of Instagram and Instagram stories and Instagram TV. Look, and those are other ways that you can actually attract people to your Facebook group. But here's what I want to say. When you're using those, use those as a way to attract your ideal client into your Facebook group community, right? So you might see, on my Instagram page where I have got some graphics that are saying, hey, I'm doing this amazing event. Come join me. I'm doing this great workshop. I'd love to walk you through this workshop. So yeah, I use Instagram as a way to cultivate community, but it's inside of Facebook. So you've got Instagram, you've got your Instagram stories, you've got your Instagram lives. So those are, gosh, we're probably at 10 right now. You guys are going to have to let me know because I always lose track of this. Let's see, what's another one? Podcasts. Oh my goodness, podcasts are so much fun. So again, take a look at where is your ideal client? What are some of the podcasts that she might be listening to? How can you connect with somebody that is going to allow you to speak into your zone of genius and just share some information? And here's the cool thing, whenever you're on a podcast, what ends up happening is that the presenter is going to promote you, and they're going to share, hey, how can they continue to have connection with you? And so I always point people to my Facebook group, and I just say, hey, I do weekly lives inside my Facebook group. Come join me over here. And I might also give a freebie. Like, I've got a free download here. If you want my 103 Facebook group posts for high engagement, here's the link. You can grab that. What that's doing, again, only the people that are interested in those things that are your readiest client are going to be the ones that are going to follow you, are going to be the ones that download your freebie or your opt-in. So you're really helping them, you're pre-qualifying the people that you're bringing into your world with the different ways that you were showing up. So in addition to podcasts, you can also create a blog. And you don't necessarily have to have a website for that. You can absolutely create a blog in another way. So you could be a guest blogger, which is another way where you're just sharing amazing information, and you can have somebody that you are collaborating with. I am huge on collaboration. So let me just say, I am all about the generosity game and collaborating with other coaches, holistic practitioners, even doctors, something that I'm teaching inside my Launch Well program, to create win-win-wins for everybody. As a matter of fact, I just brought one of my mastermind sisters into my paid group program to share about branding, because that's her zone of genius. And I know that when I bring her into my community, she's going to be able to share and teach inside of her zone of genius in a way that is outside of my wheelhouse, but it's serving my community amazingly. So you can do that in your Facebook group too. Bring a guest inside your Facebook group. And when you bring a guest inside your Facebook group, be sure to tell your guest to promote that they are going to be in your group. Because what ends up happening then is that you both get to contribute to each other's audiences, right? So for example, if I invited somebody to come and speak inside of the Abundant Empowered Feminine Leaders, that person would share, hey, I'm going to go live inside of Chris's group on Monday, October XYZ at whatever it is, come join me over here. She would share that in her group. She would share that on her personal page, and it would be inviting people that are interested in that topic. And again, that topic is going to be something that you know is going to serve your ideal client. So we get to create win, wins across multiple platforms. And it's so much more fun than trying to get a client. You get to actually show up, and obviously you know that I love to share information. I love to share valuable information. I love to teach. It's something that I just really enjoy, being very, very generous and allowing you to kind of take a look at some of these things and learn how to do these things. So I believe we've covered all 15 already, and I've got more. I've got 30. And so again, because you're here, you all have typed in 30 ways. I'll be more than happy to share with you that handout, 30 ways to organically, and look, here's the difference between organic, what I mean by organic, right? So whenever you are building or cultivating community, you can either invest time in it or you can pay someone else to do it. And until you are actually bringing in consistent monthly income into your business, organically is the quickest way to do that, because you don't have the money to actually fund an ad at the level that you really need. And look, here's the thing with Facebook ads. It's not as easy as just saying, let me just boost this post for $5 a day. It just isn't. You have to get that ad in front of the right people. You have to hire somebody that knows about Facebook ads so that they know what they're doing, so that they can read all of the algorithms on the back end and see, are you getting in front of your right audience, right? Just throwing money at a Facebook ad does not mean that you're attracting the right client. So let's not do that. Let's not just burn money. And by the way, I've done it the wrong way. I've burned hundreds and hundreds of dollars doing that. And I'm here to tell you not. You don't need to do that. Seriously, until you're at $500,000 in your business, don't even think about going into Facebook ads. You really need to know what you're doing, and you need to spend a lot of money in order to create the engagement that you want. So organically is you showing up and cultivating relationships. It's making people your priority. It is actually creating meaningful relationships and cultivating community. And you get to do that organically in a lot of different ways. And it doesn't have to be icky. It definitely doesn't have to be DMing people with these long messages that say, I'm out to reach 100 people. Join me here over at this thing. You get to nurture people along the way and just be a real person and not a salesy weirdo. So awesome. We talked about Attract tonight, and just real quickly, if you joined me late, be sure to take a look at the Nurture method. That is where we get to make sure that we've got all three of those pieces. We need to not only attract the right client, we want to nurture the right client, and then we want to have a very simple way to invite them to work with us. And so here's the juiciness for tonight, you guys. I am inviting you to work with me. If this resonates with you, if this sounds like something that you want to learn, if you want my help implementing these pieces, then I'd love to invite you to join me inside the next cohort of the Activate Abundance program. The next cohort starts in October. I only take 15 women in it because I want to make sure that everybody gets my time and my attention. It's a 6-month business accelerator program. We're going to collapse the timeline for you so that you can know what to do on a daily basis. We're going to keep you out of overwhelm. We're going to keep you out of overthinking. We're going to help you make quick decisions so that you know what to do, how to build your community, how to invite them naturally in a way that feels really, really good so that you get more ready yes paying clients instead of having to overcome objections and instead of trying to have to drag somebody across the finish line. That never feels good. So if you like what you've seen over the past couple days, this is what I'm teaching inside of Activate Abundance. We're going to first get really, really clear on who your ideal client is and make sure that we're attracting the right client for you. Then we're going to design your 90-day profit plans together. We talked about the 90-day self-care plan. We also talked about the 90-day nurture plan. We're going to create those 90-day nurture plans together so you know what to do, when to do it, how to do it. Then we're also I'm going to be teaching you how to implement this nurture method and what it is, how you can actually show up and how you can cultivate a community and how you can just invite somebody along that pathway to take the next step to working with you. It doesn't need to be icky. It doesn't need to be salesy. It doesn't need to be wonky. You get to just be of service to people and help them get the transformation that they want. So I want to help you get the transformation that you want. I want to help you build and grow a thriving wellness practice, because when you're growing and building a thriving wellness practice, that means that people's lives are being changed. That means that you're making a difference in the world, you're making an impact in the world, and people's lives are actually being changed. And your life is being changed in the process too. We get to be well paid by sharing our gifts, and each and every one of you have a gift to share. Each and every one of you are a holistic practitioner or a wellness entrepreneur with something on their heart, and you're here for a reason. You wouldn't be watching me here if you didn't want to build a thriving wellness practice. And so I really want to invite you to consider joining me inside of Activate Abundance. From now until Sunday, I have very, very special pricing. So I'm actually going on vacation on Friday morning, and the discount is going to be going away on Sunday. You can save $1,000 from now until Sunday, and it's really, really cool because I've got a lot of fun bonuses that come along with this too. One bonus, if you enroll before Sunday, the pay in full investment is $6,000, or you can put $500 down and make 6 payments of $997. And what does this come with? This comes with 3 live calls with me every single month. These are not recordings. You get access to me. You have my eyes, you have my ears, you have my heart on your business, on you. You get to ask me your questions in real time. Okay. You also have access to monthly calls with my experts. We've got a high performance expert. We also have a copy and marketing course that converts that my friend Laura put together specifically for my program. And so she's going to pop in now and again to share her top tips so that you can actually create content that is speaking to and attracting your readiest client. Pretty amazing. I also have for you my Cash Infusion bundle. And so this typically is I charge $500 for the Cash Infusion bundle. This is for you that are ready to take action, to sign up, to say, yep, I'm all in. I'm ready to do this. I'm going to teach you how to create 1K to 5K within your first 30 days, because that's everything that I hear my clients ask me is, how do I make money right now? We're going to talk about how you actually create a cash infusion. And with that comes some amazing things. It comes with an abundance journal, and you get a planner for how to create 100 leads, 100 new clients into your world within the first 30 days. So that's a $500 bonus. I'm giving that to you because you are committing to yourself and you're saying yes to go in and have support. What else does it come with? You get one-on-one calls inside of the program. So not only do you have calls every single week, we actually meet the first 3 weeks on. I take the last week off every month, and everybody gets an implementation week so that they can learn the information. We have monthly calls. We call these profit seat calls, where you can show up and ask me any question. You've got surround sound support here. You've got support on so many levels to help you know what to do, how to do it in a way that feels really good and natural and aligned for you. So I really want you to join me inside of Activate Abundance. It's an amazing program. People are getting amazing results. As a matter of fact, most of my clients decide to continue and stay in the community even after Activate Abundance finishes, because it's that powerful. They want access to that information. They want to continue to hone and master and learn more. So if you want more information, I'm going to post the link here in the comments for you so that you can click on the page and learn about all of the juiciness that's inside there. And if you want to hop on a quick call with me, this is not a discovery session. This is not a session to give you business advice. This is a clarity call. This is at most, it's a 20-minute call. It is only for me to answer questions that you might have about joining me inside of Activate Abundance. And I promise that my intention is only to help you make an empowered choice. I'm not going to try to convince you. I'm not going to try to persuade you. As a matter of fact, if you need to be convinced or persuaded that this is the right thing for you, this probably isn't the right thing for you. So I only get to hold space for you to make an empowered choice. And if this feels like a good fit for you, awesome. And if it doesn't feel like a good fit for you, that's okay too. I really will point you in another direction, or I might actually have something that might be a better fit for you. I'm more than happy to share that with you. You get to make the decision. You are the empowered CEO of your business. But do not try to do this on your own. Do not try to piece this together on your own. You will go so much further, so much quicker when you have support, when you have somebody that collapses the timeline for you, who can speak truth over you when you try to take yourself out of the game and sneak out the back door, when you are not following through with the things that you say you're going to do. We're going to create accountability for you, and you are absolutely going to be 100% supported in this process. So if you want a clarity call, let me know. I will share with you my link, and we can hop on a quick call. Even if I don't have availability until after Sunday, if you book the call before Sunday, here's the thing, you have to book the call before Sunday. If you book the call before Sunday and we have to meet after Sunday because my schedule is full, I will still hold on to that discount if you decide that you want to join me. So Activate Abundance. Let's get you building a thriving wellness business. Let's get these foundations down for you so that you get this working like a well-oiled machine, so you know what steps to take, in what order, at the right time, and you just get to show up as a wellness entrepreneur that is here to serve and impact lives and really make a difference in people's lives. I want to see you do that. I want you to succeed. All right, my friends, we're at the 45-minute mark. Yay. I'm going to pop off here. I'm going to grab the link. I will post it in the comments here, and I'll also make a separate post. So again, early enrollment is open now. I would love to have you join me. Feel free to reach out to me. You can DM me also in direct messenger if you just have a quick question there. Happy to support you. All right, my friends, I will see you back here tomorrow. We are going to be going over the nurture portion and the invite portion on guiding somebody along the way and how we actually pull those nurture and invite pieces together tomorrow. So be sure to come back here. Join me here 6 p.m. tomorrow night. You guys have an amazing evening, and thank you for being here. Bye.